After 20 years, $1 trillion spent training and equipping hundreds of thousands of Afghan national security and defense forces. 2,448 Americans killed, 20,722 more wounded, and untold thousands coming home with unseen trauma to their mental health. I will not send another generation of Americans to war in Afghanistan with no reasonable expectation of achieving a different outcome. The United States cannot afford to remain tethered to policies created in response to a world as it was 20 years ago. We need to meet the threats where they are today.
Welcome back to Face the Nation. That was President Biden announcing Thursday that U.S. troops would be out of Afghanistan by the end of August. It will be the end of America's longest war. CBS News foreign correspondent Charlie D'Agata reports from Kabul.
They gather here at sunset, especially on Fridays, the Muslim day of rest. Families enjoying the last rays of sunshine and the cool breeze from the valley below. So much has changed in the past 20 years, especially for young women who can look forward to an education and the prospect of meaningful jobs. But with the Taliban on the march like never before, those freedoms have become less certain. In all the years of coming here, I've never known so many to be so worried about the future. And the last of America's troops slipping silently from Bagram Airfield has done little to steady the nerves. In reality, the U.S. has been drawing down troops here for years, but shutting down Bagram, the center of American military might, that just made things real for ordinary Afghans. And as American forces have been pulling out, the Taliban has gone charging in. The Taliban rampage has accelerated as U.S. forces have withdrawn. Defense officials told us the Taliban plan is to surround provincial capitals and wait for the Americans to leave before striking. They're closer than ever to Kabul, too. As we found out ourselves at a combat outpost coming under Taliban fire just a short drive from the city. As the Taliban inches closer to the capital, there's a lot of talk of what if? What if they take Kabul? What if they storm the embassy? And as history has proven, a security situation can change in a flash. Like what happened in Saigon in 1975, when Americans had to be rescued by helicopter from the roof of the U.S. Embassy in the then Vietnamese capital. Fears President Biden had to address after his speech on Afghanistan on Thursday.
There's going to be no circumstance where you see people being lifted off the roof of an embassy of the United States from Afghanistan. It is not at all comfortable.
America's top diplomat, Ross Wilson, told us the embassy is cranking up security protocols.
We have added some additional quick reaction capabilities in the event that something happens.
Worst case scenario, evacuation plans in place?
At this point, I don't think it's imminent. Planning for evacuations in any post like this is serious business.
He said the embassy is determined to stay open, whatever may come. Afghans say they're grateful to America for its sacrifice, but now can only depend on their U.S.-trained troops to succeed. No one has more to lose should they fail.
Our Charlie D'Agata filed that report from Afghanistan. We want to thank Charlie and his producers, Steve Berriman and Ahmed Mukhtar, plus cameraman Torsten Herfla, along with all the CBS News journalists, translators, and security personnel who've helped us in the last 20 years. They've put themselves in danger to bring us the story of America's longest war, a war that's not quite over yet.